Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Classic Movie Buffet Theater. Okay, now, before we get into today's episode, I want to say thank you to all of you that view the videos. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for commenting on the videos. Thank you for subscribing. Without you, there is no Main Event Mafia, M&M Mafia. So, that being said, now, coming up on Saturday, tomorrow, will be the premiere of Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. So be on the lookout for that. In addition, there will be, for the first 3 episodes of that show, there will be 3 different video intros to the videos. Now, at the end of after all 3 have been done, you will be able to vote on which intro you like the best for Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. And that will be the intro that I stick with throughout. Okay? So the first 3 episodes, there will be a different intro each episode. And then after the third one, you'll be able to vote on which one you like the best. So stay tuned for that. Now, on today's episode of Classic Movie Buffet Theater, first of all, let me get a drink of coffee here. Can't do much without coffee. All right. On today's episode, we're going to stick with action films, and we're going to discuss an action film that came out in 1993, and it's another film that it was directed by John Woo, and I'm talking about Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And now, John Woo has directed other films such as Face Off, Silent Night, and a movie called Blackjack with Dolph Lundgren. Now, I have seen Face Off and I have seen Blackjack. I have not watched Silent Night yet. I do own it, but I have not watched it yet. I've got so many movies that I need to watch. I mean, one of these days I'll get to them. But anyways, going forward, John Woo has got to be one of my favorite action movie directors. One of my favorites. So in this film stars, of course, Jean-Claude Van Damme, who plays the character of Chance Boudreaux. Now, Van Damme has also played in such great films as Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and one of my other favorites, Double Impact. The movie co-stars one Mr. Lance Henriksen, who plays Emile Fichon, and he also starred in films such as Aliens, The Great Pumpkinhead, and one called Man's Best Friend with Ali Sheedy. Now, if you have never seen Man's Best Friend, that will be on the channel at some point in time. But if you have not seen that movie, you definitely need to check that movie out. If you are a fan of, well, I don't want to say, well, yeah, it's kind of like a creature feature. But if you are a fan of Ali Sheedy from back in the 80s, dude, you will love this movie. You will love this movie. And this movie also stars Yancy Butler, who plays Natasha Bender. Natasha Bender. She also played in such films as Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes. She also played in Lake Placid 3, which was a Sci-Fi Pictures original film. And she also played in the film Striking Range with Lou Diamond Phillips. Now, I own Striking Range, but once again, it's one of those that I own, but I have not watched. Now, I've thoroughly enjoyed Drop Zone, and I enjoy Lake Placid 3. Many of you feel the Lake Placid films have been burnt out. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, but I still enjoy them. And the film also co-stars Arnold Vosloo as Van Cleef. Now, he's also played in such films as Steel Dawn with Patrick Swayze, And of course, he's also played in The Mummy with Brandon Fraser. And he also played in Agent Cody Banks with Hilary Duff. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the trailer for this action film from 1993, directed by John Woo, Hard Target. Here we go.
In the city of New Orleans, in a darker side of Dixie, away from the music and the lights, there's a new game in town.
You'll be provided with a guide, trackers, and the weapons of your choice.
I need to file a missing person report.
The competitors are deadly.
We pride ourselves in hunting only combat veterans, men who have the necessary skills to make our hunts more interesting.
And they always win.
You want to find your father? Get somebody who knows the city to show you around.
Now, the opposition is about to get one last chance.
What kind of a name is Chance?
My mama took when?
My friend Mr. Boudreaux, Silver Star, Marine Force Recon. He's obviously not someone we should underestimate. He is an annoying little insect. I want him stepped on hard.
We need to get out of here now.
Ladies first.
What?
These men will chase after you. You mad at you for business or pleasure?
Both. Look at it this way. You're gonna get to meet Elvis. Give it a rest, pal.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is the hard target.
You miss me?
From internationally acclaimed action director John Woo.
How's it feel to be hunted? You tell me!
Hard Target.
All right, there you go. There's the trailer for Hard Target. The plot for this film is a woman hires a drifter as her guide through New Orleans in search of her missing father. In the process, they discover a deadly game of cat and mouse behind his disappearance. Now, this was a great action film. Like I said, Jean-Claude Van Damme, one of the greats in action movies. John Woo, one of the great action directors of our time. So what's going on is Natasha, played by Yancey Butler, is trying to find her father who has disappeared in New Orleans. Come to find out that he was homeless. And there is a group led by Lance Henriksen who are taking homeless people and offering them money to let rich people hunt them down. Now, if these homeless people survive, they get the money. If they don't, they die. They're killed by the hunters. So this is kind of like, Surviving the Game with Ice-T, which is another great film, by the way. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. Basically the same thing, the same scenario. Except for this one takes place in New Orleans, where Surviving the Game is in the wilderness. This movie, the budget for this movie was $18 million. That's estimated, an $18 million film. It grossed USA and Canada $32,589,677 is what that film grossed. Now, the gross worldwide for this film was $74,189,677. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, going further into my little bundle of notes here. Okay, so this picture displays suspense, tension, and nonstop action for like 94 freaking minutes. I mean, it's from start to finish. Breathtaking set pieces and action, well staged by John Woo. The film is set in the New Orleans streets, marsh bogs of Louisiana, and into an abandoned factory for an incredible final duel between the hero and the villain. Add in Wilford Brimley with a Cajun accent and some funny dialogue, And this movie is a blast for action fans. Guarantee you. Now, Universal Studios, when they made this film, they were afraid that John Woo's limited English would be a problem on the set, so they hired the great Sam Raimi to oversee the entire shoot of the film and replace John Woo if need be. Thank God they never had to, but if they did, Sam Raimi would have been the one to take the reins. Sam Raimi's incredible as well. John Woo actually turned down the script for this film. No, turned down the script for Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage to direct this movie instead. As the science fiction side of that movie of Face Off, didn't interest him. But he changed his mind 4 years later and directed Face Off. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Also, Kurt Russell was originally sought for the role of Chance Boudreaux. I can see Kurt Russell in the role, but I don't see Kurt Russell using martial arts, Van Damme's kicks, and things like that. I'm not saying that he couldn't. He probably could. I just, I don't think I could see that. Okay, so the film originally earned an NC-17 rating for the violence. It was resubmitted to the MPAA 7 times before receiving an R rating. John Woo's first, this was John Woo's first English language directorial debut, and it was a first big Hollywood studio movie helmed by an Asian director. See, there's all kinds of neat stuff you can find out about these movies. This is so cool. That is so cool. But like I said, from start to finish, this is an incredible actioneer film. Yeah, I mean it's kind of cliche nowadays compared to what we've seen. Oh, excuse me, man, I'm wore out. I just got in from work a little while ago. It's kind of cliche from what we've seen over the years. Now, if you look back on it, but it's still a good time. Like I said, you got Wilford Brimley in there. He's playing the uncle of Van Damme's character in this film. He's got some pretty decent one-liners, some funny comments. He's a nice character to add to the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's one of my favorite Jean Claude Van Damme action films. I think my favorite. I think one of my favorite action films of John Woo is Face Off. Although I did enjoy Broken Arrow and I did thoroughly enjoy this one. I think Face Off is like one of my favorite ones. Um, but as far as Jean Claude Van Damme goes, his earlier stuff is fantastic. Some of his newer stuff isn't bad, per se. Bloodsport, I love Bloodsport. Oh my god, I can't quit yawning, folks. I love Bloodsport, Kickboxer. I've watched Kickboxer so much, I'm kind of getting burnt out on it a little bit. But the other reboot films are pretty good too. I enjoy those. So Jean Claude Van Damme's had a great career. He really has. John Woo's had a great career as a director. Um, and like I said, if with Sam Raimi involved as well, kind of overseeing the production of the film. If something would have happened that John Woo would have left or would have had to stop, being the director of the film, Sam Raimi would have been perfect to take the reins. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, if you have not seen this film, please check this film out. I guarantee you will enjoy it. Lance Hendrickson is amazing as the head baddie in this film. Arnold Vosloo, fantastic as usual. Um, Yancey Butler, she does okay. She's all right. I don't mind seeing her in films from time to time. She does very well. She's a very good actress. Very good actress. So, check this movie out if you haven't seen it. Like I said, um, Tomorrow will be the premiere of Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. Tune in for that. With the first of the 3 intros that you can vote on. And like I said, I'll do all 3 intros for the first 3 episodes. It'll be a different intro. Then after I finish the 3rd episode, you'll be able to vote on which intro you want for the 4th episode. And from that day forward. So please tune in for that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the videos. I hope you're all enjoying the content. I enjoy making the content. Sunday will be Supernatural Sunday. I have decided that I will not drop the channel or drop the show. The views kind of picked up a little bit, enough to make me want to keep going with it. So I will keep going forward with Supernatural. No worries to all you Supernatural fans like me. I'm sticking with it, okay? Even if it only gets 1 view, I don't care. I love the show. I'm sticking with it. So, that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow for the premiere of Mikey's Saturday Nightmares, and then I will see you on Sunday for Supernatural Sunday, where we discuss the final episode of Season 5, the season finale. So, until then, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.